There's nowhere to my right that's too far to the right, and I just let it go there.
See, I'm actually feeling that this is not moving at all.
Yeah, which is
feeling that, shouldn't
well, it won't feel like it's moving much.
No.
To be honest, you should be feeling like it's staying pretty stable.
Yeah.
I just want to give you one visual and feel thing here. Set up here. Yep. Okay, you look at that ball. Okay, you come back in here. Now, when you look at the ball directly, how much space is there to the right of you here for the club? Miles, isn't there?
Yeah.
Right. Just let it use all that space it wants to.
Oh, okay.
So there's nowhere back there. Let it go. Turn your feet. Let it go. Just let it keep going. There's nowhere back there that's not safe. So be aware.
How are they doing that?
Yeah. Be aware that there's nowhere. So, see, this is the thing that people don't realise. That you think your swing, you're restricted. I know you're 81 years old and all of that. That's fine, but and your body's not as supple as a 20-year-old's. But the thing is, people move the swing initially off the ball, and the thing is there's a finite amount of energy and time you can do that for before you have to stop and bring it back. With this, you can let it go forever.
Yeah, well,
in other words, you're not used to that.
I've got no ever.
But the thing is, you've never been able to let it go out there.
No.
So you say to me, why the angles?
Yeah.
Right? This is why the angles. I'm going to hit one real quick here. Right? The reason for the angles is that I'm certainly not trying to turn through.
No.
Okay? I'm not. But I'm also not ever cutting the backswing off. And so my downswing of my motion in the downswing, forgetting the club, my motion is a response to the club going over there. And so when I look at the ball, I'm aware that I have unlimited space on this planet off behind me to the right. And I'm going to let the club just shoot off into that space. I'm not going to be concerned about where it goes at all.
And it looks like that.
Right. So
Looks like that.
when you see it transition, when it's reached its end point, it's gone away from me, pulled me. This is what I learned from Brooke Henderson's swing and Gary Woodland's swing actually also. They take it back very neutrally and then the club escapes them. And the club escaping them out the back is where their dynamic comes from. The club escapes them and then they respond. And that's what I feel there.
And
Now,
that looks like that?
Yeah, I use them as examples because it's more visually apparent with them, but I do believe that dynamic is there for everybody. That's good.
Yeah, well, that space
To some extent or another.
That's an important thing for me.
Yes. So when you look there, right, and you turn your body in the direction of that space, so your body's rotation will lead the club there. You're not going to move the club there. Your rotation leads it there. Fair enough?
Yep.
That's it. Yes. There's the space. I can see it. You've got Queensland to the north of you here. There you go, John. Okay. Gives you more of a chance, doesn't it?
Yeah.
That was smoother, wasn't it?
Yeah. And I could go to Queensland a lot more.
Yeah.
I really could.
Well, there's nowhere, well, this is actually, I hate to say this, but there's nowhere in Queensland that's not safe. If the border's here, right, you can go as far as you like there.
Yeah, go to Darwin.
Right.
Let's go to Darwin.
Yeah.
That was different. And these are the keys. These are the keys I've got to manifest for myself. The simplicity of this is really ridiculous.
Yes.
Just got to understand the simplicity. Understand how simplistic
Yeah.
it is.
Yeah. Yeah, it's almost like it's you.
Just making it hard. It's not hard.
Yeah. Well, it's where the difficulty lies is in the specificity, right?
Yeah.
And the specificity is It really does need to be in this direction,
Yep.
right?
Yep.
It can't be just
No.
all over the place. So it is simple, but it's also specific, isn't it?
And well, that's good for me because I love that type of that aspect of thinking. I mean, I love specificity.
No, I know you're an engineer. It's what if they are the specification people, aren't they? Engineers.
If you don't get it right, the building falls down, doesn't it?
Right, that's true. Excellent, John.
Look, it's that far away.
Yeah, no, I know. Look, I'll tell you what's good there, and we can watch this one back at some point. I like the setup. I liked everything that was happening there, right? It's like, it's being able to, like I said, it's being able to allow the club, something you've never had the luxury of letting the club just really, truly swing. Here, if you let that club really, truly swing you, it won't get away from you, right?
Well, that immediately that frees me up thinking.
Well, let's set up again. No ball. Just set up back here. Set up here for me. Okay. Really hold. I want you to hold your address. Look out there and hold it. Yep. Now you hold your address position. Ready?
Yep.
Okay. So the club can move you, right? Almost independently of you allowing it to move you. Correct? If it's energized enough.
Yeah.
Now, I'm providing the energy,
Yeah.
right? But the point is that you can provide energy too and have the same thing created. And the point is that
you feel that whipping energizing yourself.
Yeah, like I said, I'm creating an environment in this club so that that club can swing me. That's the interaction, the symbiotic. So you imagine you're a hammer thrower, okay? The hammer thrower doesn't send it all the way over here, and then 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 keep pulling it. He's created a monster now. By throwing the hammer over here, and then over there, and then over there, this thing is pulling on him enormously. So his drag, so what does he do? Does he go with it? No, he just keeps the drag. It's all he's got to do is,
That's what he's got to keep.
he's just got to keep the drag.
Keep the drag.
And then spin with it.
Yeah.
Well, that's what we got to do.
Yeah.
But we have to create the environment for that. Ah. How was that? Yeah. But that was completely different.
Mo Norman said you only need a golf club 1 inch wide when you hit it like that.
Yeah. No, that was pure, wasn't
Yeah,
it?
that was
Yeah.
escape velocity.
Yeah. No, that's...
That club was going down to the
Yeah.
car park and I just turned against
Yeah.
it.
Yeah. Because your only response to it, this is the thing, when it runs out of a weight, here's the thing. I said this in one of the earlier videos. When you're in this alignment, in this sequence, when it crosses the apex up here, starts going away from you, the way for you to stay in alignment with it is, as it's going away from you to the right, is for you to start to orient to the left.
Yeah, yeah.
That's why everybody does.
Yeah.
Everyone says, well, the good player, he starts down
While he's going back.
while he's going back. Well, it's true. The club's still moving,
Yeah.
and his response is
Yeah.
to do that.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
But it's not like they're not independent. In other words, you don't want your turning back to pull that out of its orbit.
No.
That's the difference. So if I can just demonstrate that real quick, we've got two. I'll hit one and then you hit one. How's that?
Yep.
Okay. So that last swing was fantastic. Here's how I'd characterize it, is that the club, this is those two coloured swings. You know, I've showed you those,
Yep,
haven't I? Okay. So what you've got is you've got my rotation away from it, okay, keeps me in alignment for when it crosses me here, and when it crosses me and goes the other way, I rotate away from it to stay in alignment. Now, this is a symbiotic, sympathetic relationship. It's not, I'm not pulling the club, right? I'm dragging the force that's going away from me. This force is away from me, I'm dragging it by going away from it. I'm not pulling it.
No.
Then it crosses its apex, now it's going away from me. And I change direction to drag it, not to pull it.
Yeah.
I'm not pulling these angles. It's still going away from me and I'm going away from it.
And
that's a very important point.
That's what pulls the angles.
Right.
It's
exactly.
still going, you're going, and
right.
the angles are resulting.
Increasing.
Yeah.
So you see my angles increase until they're no longer increasing.
Yeah.
Okay. So here's the interesting thing is that safety zone back there, it doesn't go into the safety zone, then I change and pull it out of the safety zone. It keeps going.
Yeah.
Okay. And so what I'm looking for is I'm looking to have it go maximally to the right of me, where I am now. Can you see where I'm perceiving the world?
Yep, yep.
I'm going to let it go behind me and to the right of me. There's nowhere behind me that's too much. As I look out there at my target, there's nowhere to my right that's too far to the right. And I just let it go there. Well, that's the best swing of the day.
Wow. Best swing of the year.
There you go.
And your arms look like macaroni.
Well,
They're fantastic.
yeah. See, it's funny, depending on what I'm demonstrating. So there I'm demonstrating the flow of the transition maximally, and it gets to my tempo down. But if I'm demonstrating this other stuff, maybe I... Look, like I said...
But that was, I would, if I was going to say, Marty, there's a model that you should use for the golf swing with your tempo and your flow. That's it.
Okay.
Whatever that is.
I'll do that. Just to make you happy, I'll do that.
Beautiful.
No, honestly. I agree with you.
That's just wonderful.
I agree. I love the feel of that.
Yeah, and I see all these things in your swing. I can identify them. I see that process. I see it going there, you turning against it. It's just being able to build my own program for that.
Yeah. Well, I think that you've got...
It.
Yeah. I think you're closer to the program than you think. Here's the thing, back to the start of the day, if you can build it in the sequence, end to end,
Yep.
end to end,
Yep.
end to end, now you've got the alignment, the sequence, the dynamic, everything, right? Keep going. That's the thing. And then what's the third thing? The club's orbit, right? Well, when the club orbits, let it go.
Yeah.
Let it be a Halley's Comet.
Yeah.
Send it over there.
On a
75-year
journey.
Right. It's going to come back to the ball 75 years later. Right? Great structure. Well, the last two were the best two, weren't they?
Yeah, I felt width.
Awesome.
Thanks, mate.
Good stuff.
Guys, I've got to tell you, this will be the journey of your life if you commit to it, because there's something in this. I think that this guy he's the Galileo of the golf swing. Everybody poo-pooed what Galileo said about the universe. This is the Galileo. He knows it, I know it, I've experienced it.
Well, I've always been called, like a lot of times I've been called the Einstein of golf, you know, but
Appropriate.
Well, it's only me that says that, but it's happened a lot. I have said it a lot. I've said it a lot, yeah. But no, many times.
I genuinely feel it.
I appreciate it. No, look.
I genuinely feel it.
The way I'll tell you why I think I'm the Einstein of golf, because he said, it's not that I'm that much smarter, it's that I stay with the problems longer.
Yeah.
And that's what I believe.
Yeah.
That's what I have in common with Einstein. I've stayed with the problem long enough to recognise what you need a complete solution to the problem. You cannot have a partial solution. So if you have a partial solution, you'll end up looking for a new solution next week. With this, be in alignment, be in the sequence, let the club swing in one direction relative to you, like a comet to the sun, so to speak, and then the mechanism that creates all three of those and holds them all together is the concept of drag, which is the club's away from you, you're away from the club, from your feet, and you're not pulling each other out of your respective motions. Both ends going away from each other continuously.
Yeah.
Boom. Okay?
And
Good summary?
That's what it's fantastic.
Excellent.
It's been a good day, buddy.
Yeah, it has. There'll be more.
Yeah.
There'll be more.
Crossroads.